Welcome to SATAC's Year 12 Information Series, where we'll give you the key things you need to know when applying to university through SATAC. We hope that this series is helpful, but as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us by phone, email, or in person, and we'll make sure that you get the help you need. This is the second of 3 videos created for international Year 12 students. If you haven't yet checked out video 1, I recommend you go back and catch up on what we looked at there before you continue on. In this video, we're going to be learning all about how applicants are selected from the international Year 12 cohort. We're then going to walk through key aspects of the application process, including key dates. To start, let's quickly cover 2 key terms that you need to know. Those 2 terms are eligibility and competitiveness. To be eligible for a course, a person needs to meet the selection criteria for that course, including any prerequisite subjects. Many things can be selection criteria, such as a complete qualification, like Year 12, completion of subjects like biology or chemistry, or submission of the application on time. To be competitive, a person must have some kind of qualification with a rank that is considered high enough to be in the top X number of applicants, and X equals the number of places. So if there are 200 places for a course, your rank would need to be in the top 200 of applicants for that course. Your rank comes from the score achieved in a qualification, for example an ATAR in Year 12 or a GPA at university. What is considered competitive can be very different from one course to another and is largely based on the cohort you are competing against. Courses that are very popular and have very high numbers of applications are more competitive than those that have less applicants. And not all courses are competitive, with some having guaranteed entry scores, for example, or simply requiring that a qualification is complete. To be offered a place in a course, you must be both eligible and competitive. Now that we understand that, let's look at how applicants are selected. In order to be eligible to use your Year 12 results for entry into university courses, you'll need a completed Year 12 qualification. Whether you're doing the SACE or the IB or the NTCET, it needs to be complete. Then you'll need a selection rank. This comes from your ATAR or your Year 12 selection rank. IB applicants would compete on their combined rank, and interstate Year 12s would have equivalent rules as SACE students. Your selection rank is what allows you to be considered alongside other applicants who have the same type of qualification as you do. Depending on your individual situation and your chosen preferences, you may need to meet English language proficiency requirements. Please check carefully with your chosen institutions what their English language requirements are and what your options might be to meet them. For example, some applicants will sit an IELTS or similar English test. There may also be other requirements, such as subject prerequisites, auditions, portfolios, or interviews. Course Search and the institution websites will give you the information you need, so make sure you check all of your preferences and all of the requirements before applying. If you're an IB applicant, the tertiary entrance booklet for IB students that's published on the SATAC website can tell you what the equivalent IB subjects would be to pass prerequisites. It's time to cover the application process in a bit more detail now. Last episode, we followed Leo's journey through the process, so we have an idea of the basic steps along the way. Here we're going to cover some specific tips and pieces of information that you need. First things first. When you register for My SATAC, which is our application portal, use your personal email address, not a school email address. Unfortunately, you can't update your email address in My SATAC after you've registered, and you'll lose access to your school email pretty soon after you finish Year 12. So if you use a school email address, we might be sending you important emails that you can't access. Then, make sure you have your USI handy if you've got one. If you're not sure whether you do, you can check at usi.gov.au. You'll also need your Year 12 registration, candidate or student number, whichever was issued by your Board of Studies or the IBO if you did IB. This is very important because if you don't add the correct details of your Year 12 studies, we can't correctly identify you as a Year 12 applicant, and we also can't find your results and attach them to your application to assess it. If you need to supply any documents, and your application will tell you pretty clearly whether you have to or not, make sure you upload them as quickly as possible too. This might be the result of an English test, for example. Let's talk about preferences. Preferences are the courses that you apply for in your SATAC application, and you can have up to 6 of them. You can change your preferences after you've submitted your application, even after you've received your Year 12 results too. So if things change, you have that flexibility. No one expects you to be able to make a final decision right here and now, so you can add, delete, and reorder your preferences, as long as the courses haven't closed. SATAC processes each of your preferences separately. What that means is that your likelihood of getting an offer for a course is in no way impacted by where on your list of preferences you've placed it. You will always receive an offer for a preference for which you're eligible and sufficiently competitive. You may have one or more offers that you receive when offer rounds have concluded. It's up to you to decide which course you want to enroll in. Each offer will come with its own offer letter that is both emailed and available in your MySATAC application. The enrolment instructions are given in your offer letters, and there might be enrolment deadlines too. If there is one and you miss it for your chosen course, you may miss out on your place. So please read the offer letter carefully to avoid disappointment. Speaking of deadlines, now is a good time to point out the key dates on our website. There are a few dates that are critical for you to understand, so let's quickly talk about them. We've already talked about course closing dates. Those are in Course Search for each individual course. Now keep in mind that these dates can be very different for different courses, even if they're starting at the same time. Be aware that courses like Creative Arts and Drama and Health can close a lot earlier than others. Some key dates you really need to keep aware of are cycle opening date, which is the first Monday in August. Make sure that you're aware of that cycle opening so you can get your application in with plenty of time for SATAC to process it for you. Offer rounds begin for International Year 12 students soon after your results are released. Be aware that changing your preferences after the closing date for that course and after your results have been released may lead to you competing in a later offer round. If you do not receive an offer, or you do not receive an offer to your highest preference or preferences, you will continue to compete for higher preferences in each of the subsequent offer rounds until the final round early in January. You're encouraged to wait until the final round before you make your decision on enrolment if you have more than one preference and offer. However, ensure you're still meeting the deadlines in your offer letter if there are any. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for joining us. In the third and final video, we're going to be giving you some insight into Year 12 ranks and scores. So we'll talk aggregate scores, ATARs, the IBAS, combined rank, and Year 12 selection ranks. We'll see you then.